There you go. Before we get to some guys or some positional groups, rather, the Jets can target, Johnny has a question for Anthony. With Bradbury from the Eagles, that might be getting cut. Would you guys take a flyer on him? Obviously, some familiarity with Bradbury and the Giants.
I wouldn't. I know some Giants fans would like to, and he was great when he was a member of the New York Giants. But if you've watched him over the past couple of years with the Philadelphia Eagles, it's just been worse and worse. Like he is one of those players that is clearly declining. I would rather re-sign Adoree Jackson. Adoree Jackson didn't spend the summer on a team. He left in free agency, but didn't go anywhere. He's still a free agent. He has more familiarity with this coaching staff and with this roster. James Bradbury has familiarity with the organization because he was here, but he doesn't have familiarity with Joe Schoen, Brian Daboll, and his staff. So I like Adoree Jackson as a potential re-signing. I think that he makes sense. He would come cheap. He would come with reliability, at least gives you average-ish play from the cornerback spot, and it gives you familiarity. So that would be the reunion that I would keep an eye on. Bradbury, unfortunately, just not what he used to be. And I also am not sure if his playing style fits the Giants scheme. Meanwhile, I know that they're trying to keep a lot of overlap from last year's system in this new one. So I know Adoree Jackson would be a fit.
Yeah, and like it's gotten to the point where they moved Bradbury to safety, even too, which that's like usually the last ditch effort for that veteran corner. Be like, let's try to resurrect this guy's career or keep him in the league a little bit longer and try him at safety. But I thought his first year in Philly was pretty good. But last year, I'm just pulled up his PFF numbers. He allowed 9 touchdowns against in coverage to just 1 interception. Coverage grade 54.7 after 80.2 the year prior. Just real tough go of it this past year, and clearly on the roster bubble in Philly. So I'm with you. I wouldn't touch him, even though he did at one point have some success a couple years with the Giants there.
Yeah, he had great success. Like at one point, he was a top NFC cornerback, but like you mentioned, he was moving to safety. That's always the sign. That's what the sign was with Logan Ryan several years back when the Giants picked him up. He actually ended up having a pretty successful second win in his career at free safety. I don't see that for James Bradbury. Very different player, not a lot of experience in the slot, which is usually what makes a player translate well from cornerback to safety. I don't know. I just don't see it with Bradbury. Instead, I think Adoree Jackson, like I said, would be that reunion that I would look after. But I also think the Giants are probably going to look to bring in new, younger blood at that cornerback spot over the next few days.